Alright everyone, welcome back to more Star Dynasties. I'm DisturbingPuppet. So we are continuing here with the Scrooge Sovereignty and our Archon Ebenezer Scrooge. Um, Things have changed a bit. We've had the farmer territories add some additional territories down here, so the Jordan colonies and some of their formers have all kind of joined together and have joined the farmers. Lindsay Quadrant has expanded quite a bit. So the Tanner Coalition's kind of getting squeezed out. I wonder if possibly we could incorporate the Tanner Coalition. At some point, things will probably break apart, and that's kind of when we want to try to take advantage, but we're trying to take advantage of it diplomatically. I do have a lot of diplomats. We're trying to increase our relations with everybody. Currently, just trying to build up our core systems, mainly my capital. We are building our drug den here, which is going to give us some extra wealth and less unrest to a range of 8, which is pretty fantastic. So that'll help give us a lot more money. What else are we doing? We're trying to integrate our refugees who came from another system, part of an event. Just out of curiosity, we have pretty good relations, but there's no way she's gonna want to join us. If I had a ton of cash, maybe, or if they break apart, like somebody breaks off from them, then possibly that could be an option to expand. But I'm kind of hemmed in here because of the star lanes. So we've got like star lane connections here, but it's very close to their capital. So that's kind of a bit of an issue. And then over here, we're also quite close to the capital of the farmer territories. So that's a whole other issue as well. We did have a little bit of a breakdown here inside the Galway Alliance. So the people at Izar here broke off and formed their own little separate faction. But it's fine. We're still under our limit. We're at 6 of 9 vassals, so it's totally fine if they break up a little bit. They're stronger if they're together, as you would expect. But yeah, not looking great. I do have claims, potentially, on Yilden over here, but pushing that's a bit, well, it's definitely problematic, especially with the farmers getting stronger. Missam, same kind of thing, and then Beta Virginus. So this potentially we could try to push, but right now the Via Guild are quite strong, as is just the Lindsays in general. We are trying to improve relations with the head of the Lindsays, who's actually dealing with a really high amount of unrest on their homeworld. But we've got pretty good relations with almost everybody. Right now, we're just trying to make money. I do have a person we can marry off, but it's the new guy that we picked up who really doesn't like me. He's very good militarily. I haven't even put him on the council because I'm a bit concerned about him causing problems. But we'll see how it goes. If that improves with time, then maybe we can do something. Something I do want to do, my heir has had one child. I would like to give her the option to have another one. So let's go ahead and do that. We've got room in the house, I think. We are pretty close, so I might want to build something to get that higher. We do have a lot of people, but a lot of kids at the moment. And we do have a decent number of people. Right now I am doing a lot of training, so we're training myself just in one thing, it looks like. So I'm currently just training myself in military, getting that up. Or actually, it's going up really high. I could switch that out and train my heir more, but I think... No, actually, my heir isn't the one doing that. So we could switch her to train my heir, because her stats are just overall very average. I'm getting a boost because I'm the head of the family, so because of our high technology, I'm actually getting a boost to all my stats every turn. So it's good for me as long as I stay in power, but once I die and my heir takes over, that could be a major problem, because her stats are nowhere near as good. She is a pretty good administrator overall. I am training her currently with military and with diplomacy, so that will help a little bit. More administration might not be bad. More technology might not be bad. Either one we could definitely do for her. We could switch out. I think that's fine. I think we can do that. So let's train her. And I'll just swap from training myself to training you. I think we go technology, and I'm going to have... Yeah, my other daughter is going to be the one to switch doing that. And she's so good at it that it should be quite a big impact. So yeah, she's getting +1 every single turn, because she's so good at technology anyway, my other daughter. Okay, we'll do that. So I'm just going to keep passively gaining stat increases. She's just kind of putting more points into her, and then if we have another heir later, we can do something about that. Um, Now, I could potentially marry out the guy who's in my family, but if I can get good relations with him, then we could put him on the council, and he would give us a nice big military boost. But he's kind of a dick. He's vengeful, rule breaker, proud, tribal, brave. So kind of opposites of some of the stuff that I have. I could try to improve relations with him specifically. Can't I? Or can I? I know I could do that to foreign people. Doesn't seem like I can do that. So just hopefully with time, that will improve. Yeah, it's odd that I can't see much. It's a -3, so it's not awful. Hopefully it is going up. I don't know if I can see. Yeah, I can't really see our particular conflicts like I can with other people who are in charge of other systems because he's inside my own family. Um, as far as bloodline stuff goes, our next one we could potentially push this way is it's easier for us to increase taxes. Not so interested in that, but I am interested in paying less for mercenaries and then the final tier here. But I'm also interested in going the technology route, so we might potentially try to do that or do something else. Um, this is just for people inside my house. What else? Tournament effectiveness, vassals. We can install martial law. Wealth on our planet that we directly control. Less unrest there as well. Repair installation. Establishing pretenders. Yeah, I think we want to kind of go this way and then maybe up the lore master's route. I think are kind of the ways we want to go. But it could depend on how things go. Like the +10 military here is very tempting. We do have a way that we can increase our fame, which is what affects those bloodlines. So we do have, because of the necropolis, we can visit that and take an action there sporadically. I think it's too early. Like, I think I can still visit because there is a creepy chair of death there that we could go sit on, but we probably don't want to do that because it's probably going to wipe my brain and cause a bunch of issues. So I can visit now. It's not telling me that I can actually do the honorary thing. I think it's every 10 turns we can go. I'm definitely too early at this point. I think we're just good to go ahead and go. Any action points I've left over just means extra cash for me, and let's see what kind of craziness happens. With my technology so high, we are getting through events very quickly. The simulator at Terrabellum has been repaired. Good, she's repairing stuff herself. So increase effectiveness for trained house members within 4-star lanes. That will affect our capital as well. That's actually pretty good. Thank you. Eunice reported that Admiral Red Yates spread dissent on Parima at Duchess Yates' request. You're part of the Yates Union, but you're under the Clancy or the Clark clan up here. So it kind of makes sense that they have some conflict. It's fine. It's just a bit more information we're collecting. Amelia Stein is leading an uprising against the Archon on Sulafat. That should fail. Yeah. So Baron Monroe wants support in the combat at Pollux. What will you ask for in return? So you are the current Baron. You're just leading a rebellion against it. I'm not sure why you're asking for my help. You're in a different faction. Like, I've had this happen before. It's a way that I can kind of get them to like me more if I help them when I really don't have any reason to. I guess just because we're close. So we don't have access, but he might allow it. He wouldn't take allegiance for it. I wouldn't want Pollux. It doesn't border us. I don't think we can anyway. I guess we could do that just to be nice. So he put down the rebellion. Not a big problem. So we were involved. The local baron was involved. Zachariah Jarvis, also within my system, and Kid. So these guys also helped. That's odd. I wonder if they're related distantly. Maybe that's what's going on there. Duke Jarvis charged you with avenging Deuce Blackwell's crime, the rebellion against him. Yeah, I was waiting for this. So he wants me to deal with him because he rebelled. But if I do something to him, he might really dislike it. He might try to pull out of our faction, but he's kind of surrounded, so I don't know that he's got much option. I could potentially just fine him and call it good at that point. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, and he wouldn't actually ask me, but it's kind of inevitable. So yeah, I can levy a fine on him, and it would be fine. A heavy fine is fine as well. We could depose him. Let's levy a small fine. 20 credits. That should resolve the matter. How dare you invite that smug bit of flotsam? What? What's going on? Like, I feel like I'm missing context here. Something's going on between the Clarks and the Tanners. Archon Tanner has launched into a tirade accusing Constable Briggs of a host of slights. House Clark's security definitely interposes, but tension lingers throughout the festivities. Must be some kind of event going on up here that I wasn't invited to. Well, we're now kind of maxing out our kids. So Roz and my nephew had a baby boy. I think that's their second or third? Second, probably. No more kids for you two. Trying to think of any other names. I guess we could do Jacob. Again? What? How many? Okay, you have at least 2 kids. Mitch, how many children do you have? You have 3 children, and you want another one. Absolutely not. That's not good. Suddenly I am very ill. Hobbs. Looks like a diplomat. Fine. My liege, I witnessed your daughter commit a senseless crime. I'm not sure I believe anything he says at this point. Your nephew furrows his brow. I saw your heir bragging in the slums that you're no longer the rightful ruler, that she should rule in your stead. He sighs. Is this woman truly the future of House Scrooge? Secret's been created. It's easy. +4 to rebellion risk onto Crux. Your daughter complained about your rule inciting unrest. Your Dark Age cousins are eager to continue their conquest. We held Alhena centuries before House Roth. It is ours to claim by force. Scrooge sovereignty has gained ownership of Alhena, a weak claim. Okay, that's fine. It's nowhere near us. Secrecy is largely the art of guarded speech. Unfortunately, your tongue was never tamed. What is this? So we do know some minor secrets here and there. We revealed that Avalon Farmer still has farmer medical equipment to heal commoners. Yeah, it's not even a big deal. The doctor nods sagely. She helped a lot of good people. She did. Not too many doctors down here and less equipment. Bless her stars. So, yeah, not a problem, really. It's not going to cause any issues to be like, oh, yeah, she's worried about the commoners. Now, me being sick is a bit of an issue. Do you have some money? I just want to check and see. I still have a... So this is against the Lin, so that's fine. So this one's taken care of. The little tiny fee that we imposed, that's all that was necessary to kind of deal with that issue. I just want to check and make sure that you're not super ticked off at me. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Okay. I definitely need to have medical treatment for myself. That is a #1 priority. With our high tech, it's kind of unlikely that we get sick, and is fairly likely that we can recover quickly. We are maxed out, I think. Yeah, we are now maxed on our house numbers. A couple more turns, we'll have the blue dust mine to Crux. It's got 0 unrest, so we're fine with that whole unrest issue. I definitely need to get medical attention. I'm going to have my daughter stop training the heir to do that because she's super good. And I need to stay alive. Just have the same marriage issue. He's actually getting worse, I think, his opinion. It's now -12. So yeah, we might want to just marry this guy out of the family and get him out of here. I'm not using him for much of anything. He's sort of the head of the faction of the refugees that were hiding out that we added in. Yeah, I'm not sure he's great to have around. He's inbred too. Yeah, maybe we marry you off rather than try to keep you around. Okay, we can get rid of him. So we could send him away. That's certainly a possibility. I'm honestly very tempted to do that. I might hold off because I'm not sure what's going to happen when we integrate. We finish the integration in one turn. It might have something to do with him. So let's wait for that, and then we'll see about marrying him off and sending him away. Hopefully we're not going to die here suddenly. Just check on my unrest situation. It's actually looking pretty good at Wazin. Electra's fine too, so we could stop doing those. We've got money. We could actually start building something somewhere else, but I don't know that I have anybody good at building things. So Electra and Wazin, we could stop those actions. Yeah, we sent him out to Electra. Both awful at administration, so running a reconstruction, like building something, they're going to be just awful at it. Nair al-Saif probably still needs it. Arcturus for now, we can keep doing it, that's fine. What is my wife doing? So she's building that. I think we just build up cash and then we'll just start doing some more improvements. I think we'll probably focus on stuff on our home system, but if there's something good we can build elsewhere, that we might want to do that. But we'll just wait till she's actually done to kind of look at it. I'm still running a spy network out on Parima, mainly just kind of keeping an eye on the farmers. Now that they're getting stronger, I'm glad we just stayed there, collecting information on them. Nothing too crazy. You have a ton of children, 3 of them the children of my nephew, which should not have allowed him to have that 3rd child. I didn't realize he already had 2 and was going for 3 already. Yeah, there's really nothing I can do at this point that's going to make much difference. What are we doing diplomatically? So we're working on Lindsay. Is that up in the Clark? Where is that? Oh, she's in the Lindsay quadrant, right. Okay, sure, that's fine. Tanner, sure. Acting Baroness Jackson. We really don't need to be doing that because you're now just randomly part of the Farmer clan and you've been absorbed by the Jordan colonies anyway, so there's absolutely no reason for us to do that. So we can improve relations with somebody. He's a very good diplomat. Probably my best diplomat, honestly. I don't have him in charge of my diplomacy wing, mainly because we're having my sister. Is it my sister, I think, is doing that? Yeah, my sister is almost as good, and she's personal, like close relative, so we kind of want to have her on the council. Where do we want to send you to improve relations? What's kind of an important thing for us? Not really concerned about the farmers, although we could potentially get them on side if these other guys break off from them. Like that's a possibility, but it's not a high possibility. If we want to convert somebody to our side, that's potentially an option. We do have a claim on Yilden. I don't know if we could actually take Yilden. He's getting up there. He's probably going to die any day now. Do have good old Barry up here. He does like me. We could just spend a little bit of time improving our relations with him, I guess. He's actually a pretty good diplomat. Let's work on that, I guess. Yeah, you can travel. It's fairly safe. I don't think there's anything I can personally do myself. I could honor myself with a feast, but very pricey thing to do, and I'm sick right now, so we don't want to do that. Yeah, I think we're just gonna let it run here. Dark Age refugees are better integrated into House Scrooge. Though not completely eradicated, the worst culture shock has been blunted. Fully integrate the refugees by completing the assignment again. Yeah, we've got rebellion risk, but it really doesn't do anything. We have such good stuff going on with our diplomacy and everything inside. There's just no unrest. We failed to avenge his crimes. So you wanted me to avenge against this guy for you being fined a few times. That's basically it. I mean, what am I going to do about it? Archon Lindsay's been injured in the tournament, honoring Duchess Kimberly Ariano's coronation, which I was not invited to. Alright, daughter's pregnant. Well, you're a mutant witch son. The entire court gasps and turns to Timothy Scrooge in shock. Um, okay. Where did you learn such language, you hiss? Well, I've been hanging around the administration office and they... Okay. This is embarrassing. He gets some kind of a negative trait. Yeah, it doesn't matter because he's a kid, so whatever. Um, yeah, let's give him a lesson in etiquette. I've got plenty of actions, why not? And it happened again? What? That's his sister. Yeah. Okay, fine. You can have that too. Whispers within Parima have reached your niece's spies. Your niece is placed an operative within House Farmer's diplomatic corps. She believes she can sow discord between Archon Farmer and the neighboring rulers. Hmm. If I do this, it does create a secret other people can discover. So we can cause problems with the Yates with my local ruler here, which seems like a bad idea. Baron Monroe. Where are you? On Pollux itself. So some kind of minor noble. Yeah, whatever. Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. What is this? The integration. I'm still sick, so we haven't recovered. Did we finish? No. Next turn, we'll have the Blue Dust Mine done. Yeah, I think we marry out that guy who's potentially a problem, although he is really good at military. He's way better than my admiral with 51. I think he's just too much of a problem, and he's taking up a space in my house that I just don't need. So, yeah, his opinion of me is getting worse and worse. I'm just going to marry you out. You can just leave. I'm going to send you off. Sulafat. I think we send him away somewhere a bit further. Um, where is that? Hmm. I kind of want to send him far away. I don't want him to be a potential problem in the future. Yeah, let's just send you to a minor house over there. I think that's fine. You can be somebody else's problem. Okay, hopefully we will recover our illness soon. I do have Atana here free now. I think we just continue doing the integration. Where is it? Yeah. Yep, go back to that. Couple turns. It's not really a big issue. It just, let's get it done. There might be a benefit once it's completed. Yeah, I don't know that we need to keep cracking down in Wazin. What else am I going to have you do? Is there anywhere else with unrest we got to deal with? Terrabellum's got a little bit. Yeah, we could switch. Go from Wazin up to Terrabellum. He's not super great at it, but gives him something to do. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of just waiting for other factions to sort of have issues or fall apart. If I wasn't ill, I would potentially throw a celebration of myself. But we just want to keep building up stuff. Blue Dust Mine has been repaired, some more money, less unrest. Oh, okay. Well, I figured this would happen eventually. I think they were at war with each other, so now they're actually going to be fighting each other. Uh... I'm gonna stay out of it. Like, there's really no reason for me to be involved in this. If you guys want to fight, fine. I don't fight against vassals, yeah, so I'm not getting involved. Do I want to warn him? No, it's none of my concern. Now, he wants support, same kind of thing. Yeah, it's kind of a wash here. How do you have 200 credits? There's no way you have 200 credits. I'm not getting involved. You guys fight if you want to. Oh, Duke Jarvis was killed in the combat. Duchess Persephone Jarvinus inherited the Galloway Alliance. We still have that claim. So you got Wazin. We've got claims through the Galloways to other places, but not a huge deal. Oh, they actually defended themselves. Wow. Hired a bunch of mercenaries. Like a lot of mercenaries. Mercenaries on both sides. Looks like about an even fight. The barracks in Izar is now abandoned, so Izar was damaged. Okay, we might have to look at shoring up relations inside. They're just kind of not following up with their vassals' claims against each other, just kind of ignoring them. Pretty normal. Now, my sister is very ill. Her health has improved, but it will never fully recover. You're no longer ill. Yeah, stop the assignment. Is someone trying to tarnish your social standing on DeCrux? DeCrux's rumor mill carries whispers of discontent with your management of the system's internal affairs. How Scrooge's rumored failure to use properly trained representatives is being seen as disrespectful. Yeah, let's throw money at the problem. We'll investigate. You and your sister conclude that DeCrux's internal affairs need fixing. I think we've had this event before. Yeah, current envoys to minor houses are appalling. They lack any social grace. So we can spend money, or I can have her try to work on it, but she's sick, so let's just spend money on the issue. Finding people with the skills and patience to teach your courtiers how to properly talk and behave was difficult, but worth the cost. To a foolish observer, some of these newly trained servants could actually pass for nobles, so we gain a bit of a benefit. Plus 10 to diplomacy for 20 turns. Interesting vagabond is passing through the port of DeCrux. The man used to be important serf for House Tanner of Tianquan, but was misaligned and outcast when a noble took a dislike to him. He could be a useful source of knowledge about Baroness Antoinette Berger, but she's kind of a minor, it's not a big deal. Torture him, capture him, and scare him a little. Just have a quiet word. Let's not stoop to exploiting this man, give him a job in the tanks if he wants it. Yeah, let's just leave him alone. There's a decent chance that he's gonna tell me something anyway. The man shows his gratitude by divulging all he knew from his time in House Tanner. Found out she murdered somebody. I mean, that's pretty extreme. Okay, what's going on here? Arcturus is weak militarily. Is that because you got involved in this mess over here? Is that what happened? Odd. She's at 14 of 19 ships, so I'm not sure what the deal is there. I still have my military. 109. So yeah, if a fight happens, we can definitely send a lot of ships there. So Feast is being thrown there, which I was also not invited to. Changing succession up there in Electra. Let's see. So you really don't like me because I didn't come to your aid. You have a slightly positive opinion of me. Yeah, we might need to change. I think we'll stop out here and we'll try working on increasing our reputation there. Because I'm injured now, what is that going to do to us? Increased chance of becoming ill and a decrease to my reputation. That's too bad. No stat decreases, but that is kind of unfortunate. Alright, let's go ahead and stop working on Barry. We're good enough in our relations with Barry. Let's work on improving relations with you. Sure, travel if you have to. Yeah, he doesn't like me because we didn't... Well, we find him, but we also didn't help him in combat. That's the big thing. But getting involved in the little minor fights is generally not good anyway. So we're immediately working on that. Yes, we're trying to improve relations. He's sort of surrounded, so he can't really leave our alliance. We have a couple people not doing anything. We've got the money. We could build something somewhere. Izar was damaged. So I could repair something here, which would also make them happy that I'd be doing that. Let's repair your simulator. Just as something nice we can do, which will also make him happy. Then I just have my daughter. We could just go back to training. She's good at tech. I don't think anyone else is sick, right? Oh no, you were sick. Yes, we do want to deal with that. My sister is ill. So how about we start trying to treat her? Just try to keep everybody as healthy as possible. So we do have that bonus now, the flawed local diplomacy. Gives us a bit of a benefit. That's 5 more turns. That was our money situation. I haven't checked on the cash flow here in a bit. So just for my home system, I'm getting like 17 creds a turn. Bonus from our administration. A lot more bonuses. We're spending a little bit, but not too much. Personal projects, just a little bit extra. Yeah, I think that's about all I'm going to do here. A little concerned about Arcturus, but your fleet is not that weak, really. Where are you? Yeah, 14 of 19. If a fight came, I can get about 57 ships here without a problem. Which does seem a bit low, considering my fleet overall is, what, 109. Constantly building ships with a 50% bonus, but we're still not really getting that high. We're 40 under, which seems a lot. Like, that seems like way below, considering I'm constantly trying to build the fleet up, and at one point we were maxed out. I haven't really engaged in any fighting, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Something feels weird. We're close to another event. I think we just kind of run it here and see what happens. Yeah, I don't know if there's any secrets I really want to make use of. We do know that Antoinette Berger murdered somebody. We could take a look at that, actually. Yeah, all I can do is reveal it. I can't do anything else. Yeah, let's just go ahead and let it run. Dark Age refugees are better integrated. They're now productive, peaceful members of House Scrooge. So we lose that Dark Age refugee thing. Not that it makes a difference. The retrofitting platform at Arcturus has been repaired. So what was that? Plus 30% base effectiveness to ship fleet composition changes. Okay, cool. Extra wealth for them too. Nice. Got an uprising against the Yates up there, which failed. A cache of shipping manifests and stamped goods have been unearthed that suggest Pollux may have once been a member of Scrooge sovereignty. Really? So we get a weak claim on Pollux. That's for me directly. I can't really take it. There'd be no way they'd let us take it because they'd lose connection to the rest of their territory. All right, Archon Lindsay, charged with avenging Persephone Jarvis's crime. Finding somebody. Okay. So there's this whole chain of people talking to other people to try to get this. Yeah, I don't care. I'm just going to ignore that. My sister's fully recovered. Excellent. All right, we have a baby boy from our direct heir, so now 2 children there. Trying to think of names I haven't used from the Christmas Carol or Christmas Carol. I don't think there really are any, so we'll go with Charles. I'm very ill again. Wonderful. Nibba Scrooge strides onto the bridge sneering and delivers his expedition report. The ancient science outpost was abandoned, he barks, but we found something that made me stronger. He seems different, brash, belligerent. You are my niece's husband. Bit of a bonus to military. He now has brave and cool. And what is this? Experimental serum. I don't want to take the serum, if that's what it does, because I'm already kind of ill. Let's investigate, I guess. The station is torn to shreds, the walls and decks are sheared open like paper. The bodies of scientists, guards, and patients litter every deck, frozen as they slaughtered each other. Graffiti peppers the bulkheads, smarter, stronger in blood. Nibba Scrooge leads you deep into laboratory section to a machine lined with syringes. A wall-mounted sound reads, Nova Corp prototype guidelines, select modification program, recommended dose, 1 injection a month. You'll be transformed, he breathes. Look what it's done for me. He rolls up his sleeve and you see a forest of needle marks. Yeah, I don't think we want to do that. So it'd be the same thing, 50% chance of getting ill, 50% chance of recovering every turn. I don't really think it's a good idea for me to do this. He'll get irritated with me if we destroy the machine. I don't know. Obviously it gave him some other traits too, so it caused some problems. I feel like it's not worth it. Since I'm already sickly, I'm not even that old. Let's just destroy it. I offer you elixir and you throw it back in my face! He's apoplectic. He broods the whole journey home. Dark Age refugees are adapting to modern life. The New World is a wrench, but we now see that violence and bloodshed cannot be the solution to every problem. You and Nibba lock eyes across the banquet hall. You think you're better than me because you refuse the serum, he barks. Okay, so relations with him going down a bit. Is he... Are you even... Like, you're not on my council or anything. What are you even doing? You're training because you're, like, super high in tech. So, yeah, okay, whatever. Really doesn't like me. My niece's husband. Wait, he's 50. And my niece's husband. And I'm 46. Okay. I'm ill, so my stats are decreased, which really sucks. So before I do anything else, let's get my medical treatment going. Okay, that leaves Atana. House size, we're maxed out now. We can build stuff that'll help with that. We do have something we can build on our home system. It's pretty pricey, though, I think. Yeah, the Ark ship, 240. Increases my house size by 2. That's probably what we want to aim for. Unrest is good, so we definitely could get the mine. Because we literally have like almost no unrest at all, especially now that we've integrated everybody. So what do we want to do with Atana? How are things going here? Okay, he dislikes me, but not as bad. We are still looking to be at a disadvantage in Arcturus. But they're building up a little bit down here. She's at 16 of 22. Yeah, I mean, she's more of a diplomat, so I don't know that we need to do anything crazy. Relations with you are fine. You don't like me at all. I'm not sure why. Distant relative. But he's not under me directly, so I think it's less of a threat, less of an issue. That's why it's not even flagging it for me. We could try to improve that. I'm not sure it's important to. What about you guys, the Jordan colonies? Yeah, you're slightly negative of me. We could potentially try to work on you, actually. I think that's fine. So I do now have claims. I personally have claims on Pollux. These guys have a claim on Yildiz and Beta Virginus, and I think, is it Missam as well? Yeah, they have a claim on Missam as well. So these three systems, they've got a claim on, potentially, but we'd have to go to war to pursue it. So not really something I'm that interested in. Rebellion failed. There's a feast up there. I can't believe I'm sick again. That really is irritating. We have a really low chance of getting sick because we have high technology. So with our tech, there's only a 1% chance of people becoming ill a turn. Bonkers. All right, well, I think we're going to go ahead and call it there. We're just kind of in the point where trying to keeping my Archon alive is becoming kind of a full-time job. And then maintaining stuff, building things up, and trying to improve relations. Keeping our little league here under control, safe, and strong is kind of an issue. I think it's very unlikely they would attack us or go for anything. Especially when I can buy mercenaries. I don't think it's very likely they're going to do anything. So we'll see how it goes. I don't really have a plan for expansion, though. If the Tanner Coalition breaks apart, actually, wow, you expanded. What happened? So yeah, just one system swapped. So Sirius swapped from the Clark clan over to the Tanners. Interesting. So the Clarks are looking a bit weaker. I wonder, we are distantly related. Her opinion's dropped of me quite a lot. It was very high at one point. We don't have a border because of the way the star lines connect, so we can't really do anything like that. So we can't really fight each other anyway, so her having a negative view of me is not super bad, but... Yeah, I'm mainly concerned with those we're directly connected to, so both the Tanner Coalition and the Farmers, and if either one of them break up, then we can try to sort of piece things together. It's part of why I'm trying to keep diplomatic relations high with everybody inside. Mainly the Tanners themselves here. Yeah, we'll see what happens as things progress. Stuff can change very rapidly. It can look very static for a long time, and then suddenly you have these major shifts. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. So this has been more of Star Dynasties. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.